Women's 4-round matchup in the junior featherweight division. Reiko Maruyama and Lisa Peterson here at the Aladdin in Las Vegas. Crowd anticipating this women's matchup. In fact, in the crowd tonight here at the Aladdin is Layla Ali, Smitty.
Certainly one of the best female fighters in the world. These ladies hoping to try to get to that level someday. A look at Lisa as she heads towards the ring, originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota, now living here in Las Vegas, coming off a victory, 4-round decision over Jessica Mose just less than a month ago.
Lisa told us there wasn't much boxing for a woman in Minneapolis, so she made her way to Las Vegas, where she bartends 3 days a week.
Getting some great sparring in town, and again, as we mentioned in the open, she'll have some advantages with the height and the reach. We'll see whether she'll be able to use that against this young lady, Reiko Maruyama, who we've seen on CSI before.
Maruyama's corner very upset with the end of her last loss to Melinda Cooper back in February. It was her last fight, in fact. She is 2-2. Reiko thinks her record really doesn't indicate what kind of boxer she is.
Well, she said that was a controversial stoppage. She said she slipped and fell down, and then the referee just stopped the fight. Earlier, she fought Melinda earlier. That was the second time they fought. And in that first fight with Cooper, it was could have gone either way.
From the Aladdin Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, it's Corona's World Class Championship Boxing. I'm Larry Michael with James Smith. Smitty in the ring right now. Two women's featherweights, junior featherweights, ready to square off. Reiko Maruyama from Tokyo, Japan, and Lisa Peterson from Minneapolis. The tail of the tape.
See how these two gals stack up against one another. You see the same age, of course, decided height advantage for Peterson, and she'll have 4 inches in reach. And since it's the ladies' 2-minute rounds. Rules for this one: no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. The referee can stop the fight, and the fighters cannot be saved by the bell in any round.
So we are ready to get it started, and as always, we do so with Joe Martinez.
And a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the beautiful Aladdin Resort and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is time for Corona's World Class Championship Boxing, brought to you by CSI Sports, Gary Shaw Productions, and Corona, la cerveza más fina. All bouts tonight are sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman Dr. Luther Mack, Executive Director Mark Ratner, and Commissioners Dr. Tony Alamo, Skip Avancino, John Bailey, and Dr. Flip Homansky. Your judges scoring at ringside on the 10-point must system for this bout: Dick Houck, Robert Hoyle, and Al Lefkowitz. And the referee in charge of the action when the bell rings is Robert Bird. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the women's division for 4 rounds of junior featherweight action. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. She wears the black trunks trimmed in silver and weighed in at 122 1/2 pounds. Fighting tonight out of her hometown of Las Vegas, Nevada, she has to her credit 1 victory, 1 defeat with 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring, Lisa Blondie Peterson. And her opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wears tonight the white trunks trimmed in blue. She weighed in at 120 pounds and joins us from Los Angeles, California as a professional. She has an even record, 2 victories with 2 defeats. Please welcome Reiko Maruyama. Again, your referee in charge is Robert Bird.
Hey, ladies, I gave you instructions in the dressing room. The only thing I'm going to tell you now is when I tell you stop, that means stop whatever you're doing, give me a clean break. Protect yourselves at all times, obey my commands at all times. Let's do it.
That's a serious look by Peterson there.
Yes, Robert Bird giving the instructions. Reiko Maruyama and Lisa Peterson, also known as Blondie. So I guess, Smitty, that nickname is out for you.
I guess so. They're about the same color.
Who's more natural, however?
Well,
this fight is underway. Maruyama charges across the ring, taking it right to Lisa Peterson. Lisa, a former kickboxing champion, really couldn't get any fights as a kickboxer, so he figured she'd change around and become a boxer. A little hard luck in her first 2 fights, a draw and a loss, but came back with a win last time out just about 2 weeks ago.
I like the way Peterson is letting that right hand go. Maruyama needs to get her chin moving a little bit back and forth, a little head movement, or she's going to get hit. Actually, Peterson, though, was a very good kickboxer. She was 18-2 and did it for 7 years and won several titles. Has made the transition without much of a problem.
Nice combination. Stiff left hand that time by Peterson.
And Peterson fighting the orthodox right-handed style, although she's a natural left-hander.
Another stiff combination. That bothered Maruyama that time. Maruyama continues to come forward. Peterson using that reach advantage.
No, we spoke to him. We asked about the how do you see yourself as a fighter, and Maruyama told us that she's very aggressive, and Peterson says that she really likes to think inside the ring and plot her strategy as she goes along.
Maruyama throwing shots from too far a distance, Smitty. She's got to close that distance a little bit. A little tough when that jab's in your face like it is right there.
And one way to combat that is to try and use your own jab. Even if you have a lot less reach, you can still come in there with your own jab to try to offset that and use it as a measuring stick to try to get inside where perhaps you can do some more damage.
Maruyama continues to move forward. Good opening round up for Lisa Peterson from Minneapolis. All right, so round 1 in the books. There you see Maruyama going to play a George Foreman role here and stand between rounds.
Well, it's only 2-minute rounds. Only 4 rounds, so fatigue shouldn't be a problem. I mentioned the right hand of Peterson found its mark on Maruyama several times. Like that, it's very accurate. Good movement to be back in position to throw it again. And the distance is all, right now, the geometry of this fight is all for Peterson, really.
Do it every time. Touch it here, and then test it. Just throw it up here and watch it go down. When you see it go down, then next time throw it up there. Make sure it's high enough to
Minneapolis, Minnesota. A couple of fighters we could think of from there. Scott Ledoux, Dwayne Bobbitt. Remember those big guys?
I do indeed. Time for round 2 here in this junior featherweight women's matchup. Maruyama in the white trunks, Lisa Peterson in the black trunks, silver and black. Wearing her Raiders colors tonight.
Well, that's a better job of coming in, trying to use her own jab at Maruyama. Maruyama, though, needs to be able to move that head back and forth a little bit. She's wide open for the right hand of Peterson, like that.
Nice combination. Peterson's corner. Tried to attack her on the chin with the left and see what she does. And that's exactly what Peterson is doing, listening to the instructions from her corner. Peterson getting off first, quicker, and with more volume as well.
And she'll develop, Peterson will, more power as she goes along because of her, different type of lanky build, and she's got very long arms.
Oh, good left hand by Peterson. Watch the dome of Maruyama. Maruyama now in retreat. That was a big punch by Peterson.
It was a left hook, wasn't it, that found its mark? It's been the right hand of Peterson, but I believe she followed up with the left hook. But again, she's going to have a lot of power because when you think of, the tall, thin fighters, because of the leverage, and she learns how to really throw her shots, like she's doing now.
Nice combination. What a combination. Straight shots to the head by Peterson. Maruyama backing up against the ropes. Peterson really bringing the heat here in round 2.
Maruyama's not having any head movement whatsoever. Her head is a wide open target for Peterson. And she's in a little bit of trouble trying to get out of harm's way.
Peterson doing a great job of staying within her game plan, Smitty. She's fighting within herself. And right now she's dominating this fight through 2 rounds here at the Aladdin in Las Vegas. big round for Lisa Peterson on the strength of that lightning-like jab. I mean, she's just tripling up that jab, Smitty.
You could almost make a case for a 10-8 round. There wasn't a knockdown, but she had Mariama in a lot of trouble several times throughout the round. I'll make it just a 10-9 round, but have her a couple of points ahead after 2 rounds.
Patty Fitzpatrick in the corner.
Lex, you're like 100% better than you were even
Talk
in the
about
last
the combination shots by Peterson, setting up for that right hand, and it was also the very accurate left jab, gets herself in position, and there's the left hook that really put her in a lot of trouble.
Big shot that time. That backed Mariama up.
As soon as you see your back touch the rope, you drop down.
It's time for round 3, Smitty. How do you have it scored through 2?
Lisa Peterson up by 2 points. You could have made, again, a slight case for a 10-8 round because you had Mariama in a lot of trouble in that last round, but I'll make it a 10-9. So I have her up by 2 as we're into round number 3. So Mariama needs to pick it up.
Well, no secret what Peterson has done. Used her reach advantage. Used that jab. What can Mariama do to turn this around?
Well, try to, a little bit more head movement. Come in perhaps bobbing and weaving and even try to touch the body with her jab of Peterson to try to get in on the inside. It's all, it's all about distance right now, and the distance is being controlled by the taller Lisa Peterson.
Another nice combination by Lisa Peterson. Mariama trying to get on the inside there, Smitty, but Peterson puts that jab right back out. It's hard to get past it.
And she doesn't really, Mariama, when she gets herself in there, doesn't really stay in there. She backs back out. She doesn't know how to stay aggressive once she's on the inside. And part of that's because Lisa Peterson has pretty good foot movement. She looks pretty relaxed in there for somebody with only, 3 professional fights.
She had all that kickboxing experience, however, and certainly she can draw from that experience.
And she's still learning. I think Patty will help her with when they go back and look at the films of this. They'll show her how to set down on her shots. And once she develops that, she's really going to have some power.
Hurt her hand in the only loss of her career against Carla Wilcox back in March of this year. Came back 2 months later for her first professional win. Didn't like that decision whatsoever. Thought that she had won that fight. The first fight, a draw with Crystal Hoy. She admitted it's a great fight. Looking to get a draw out of that one. Mariama gamely fighting back, but Lisa Peterson with more power. Mariama scores. Round 3 coming to a close. Body shot by Mariama. Mariama stumbles back to her corner.
Okay. Okay.
Well, time for some desperate moves by Mariama, I would have to think. Looking back to action in round 3.
Very accurate right hand, just touching with the left to set up that right hand, using that left as a measuring stick. Mariama had her best moments of this fight right at the tail end of that round, where she landed a couple of combinations. Not enough to win the round, though.
You hear me? Now I want you to stop this, girl. Come on, guys. I want you to do everything you can to stop.
Fourth and final round here for these 2 young ladies in the junior featherweight division. Reiko Mariama and Lisa Peterson. And Smitty, I would have to assume you have Peterson ahead going into the final round.
I've given her all 3 rounds. The last round, again, Mariama had a few good moments at the tail end of it, but not enough. It's just been the accurate punching and Lisa Peterson utilizing her advantages of height and reach, more accurate punching.
Mariana trying to get close. Can't say she hasn't attempted to close the distance between herself and Peterson, but those sharp jabs and right hands by Peterson.
And when she comes in, she's coming in and just kind of, leaving herself wide open. And Peterson has been very accurate. There she tries an uppercut, but she really wants to throw that right hand. And Patty, her trainer, was imploring her, let's get the stoppage here. There's a nice right hand, though, by Mariama.
1 minute to go in the fourth and final round. Mariama might attack Peterson with that right hand that time. Peterson dances away.
You got to be impressed with the footwork of Peterson. She does a nice job of sliding to the left and to the right. And she's a little tired right now.
Yeah, she's low on fuel, though. She scores with the right hand. Mariama had much left. She needs to pressure right now.
This will be another one of those things where Mariama, I think, doing just enough to lose a fight.
Well, Peterson dictated the tempo from the first round. And right now, Mariama here in the fourth and final round as the round comes to a close, beginning to find a little rhythm, but maybe too late to make a difference on the scorecards. The end of the fight, and they exchange hugs, Peterson and Mariama. Mariama came on strong at the end of the fight, Smitty, but I don't think she had enough.
I have Peterson winning the fight. I did give that last round to Mariama, her only round of the fight.
Taking a look at how this fight ended up in the fourth and final round, both fighters having their moments.
Mariama very aggressive in the final round, a little bit too late. Peterson, as you mentioned, may have been a little bit winded.
There's Lisa Peterson looking to get above 500. She has won 1-1, her fourth professional fight here tonight. Coming up, Juan Carlos Santiago and Adrian Cuevas. That's coming up next. There is Mariama, and there is Lisa Peterson, feeling very good about herself, and I would too if I were her. Fought a good fight, good strategy, and stuck to it.
I think she'll make it 2 wins in a row. Reiko at 2-3, trying to get back to 500, but did not do enough to get it done here tonight at the Aladdin.
Lisa Peterson talked a lot yesterday to us, said that she sounded very confident, sounded as though she is got high hopes for her career. She's got some skills.
And she has some support from the family. Said mom and dad love it that she's a fighter.
Said one thing she wanted to work on coming into this fight was going to the body, but the size differential made that very difficult. Did a good job going to the head, though.
Very accurate with the right hand. And because, as you mentioned, Mariama was kind of low to the ground and didn't really give much body to bang. It should have been Mariama going to the body of Peterson, but she just wasn't able to get inside.
Peterson gave it all. I don't think she has a whole lot left right now.
It's not even an asthma. It just started like around a month ago for no reason.
This is her second fight in less than 3 weeks, so she's on a fast track, that's for sure.
And staying very busy in the gym, proving every time out.
Peterson trying to catch her breath. You know, Lisa Peterson with that kickboxing experience, Smitty, the footwork is automatically there. If she could put some combinations together like she did in this fight, she could go a long way. Lisa Peterson anticipating the decision. Gorgeous night in Las Vegas here at the Aladdin, where the main event is still to come. The decision for our women's junior featherweight four-rounder is in, and Joe Martinez is going to give it to us.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the Corona scorecards. But first, how about a nice round of applause for these ladies in the ring? And we do have a unanimous decision. Judge Dick Houck scores about 39-37, while judges Robert Hoyle and Al Lefkowitz both score about 39-36. All three in favor of your winner, the pride of Las Vegas, Nevada. Here she is, Lisa Blondie Peterson.
Blondie wins it. No surprise there. Unanimous decision win over Reiko Mariama, who applauded herself. She was not surprised by that.